I mean, this isn't rocket science, okay? If you grab a hold of a law enforcement agent and rip them around and refuse to let go, that's assaulting a law enforcement agent, okay? Just because you get to say like, oh, I'm fighting the good fight. That doesn't matter. It's still assault on an ICE agent. That's what you did, okay? So you and your buddy in LA who's calling in fake bomb threats, okay, maybe you guys can share a cell together and you guys can talk about how you guys are both heroes. Now, one of you is never going to work in politics ever again. And you, guy who just got arrested, I don't know. I don't know about New York City voters. Maybe they'll think this is super cool. I'm going to be laughing a lot in this video, okay? So as you can see probably in the title of my video and also the video we're going to be reacting to over here, the LA deputy mayor pleads guilty to swatting LA City Hall from his own cell phone. Why would he do that, Jesse on Fire? And what nationality is he? Well, what do you mean what nationality is he? He's American, obviously. Yeah, but like, you know, like what nationality is he? I don't know. What's your implication? Well, I'm just saying like maybe there might be one group of people that would be way more likely to fake a crime like that. Amazing story. Also, there's this thing, okay, that New York City mayoral candidate Brad Lander got arrested by ICE in this chaotic scene. Still TBD whether or not I'm even going to be able to like show it or not because I haven't even seen it. But it ended up looking like this, okay? Ends up looking like this. So it must have been pretty dramatic, right? You know, so if ICE ends up arresting him, what do you think that means about his politics? Okay, like I think what I'm going to say here is these people are melting down, dude. Okay, these people are like fully melting down. Hey, I just want you to know that your building is going to explode. And you know why? Is because, I don't know, some terror group or something like domestic terror, whatever. It's like, all right, scary. They evacuated the building for that guy. And then this dude, it's like, wait, hang on. I'm sorry. You're running for mayor? This photograph should not exist of you ever if you are running for mayor. I'm sorry. This is not something that we should ever see if you are a mayoral candidate, unless you just got in a fight with someone who was trying to like touch a kid, you know? You're like, in New York, dude? In New York? And these guys all had to pull him off of a kitty diddler that he was pounding on. And he like, dude, he'd win by a landslide, you know? But if it's just some weird ICE stuff, which we're going to find out, first, let's get into this story because this is almost too good. This is too good. Thank you to Nate the lawyer. If you guys do not already follow his channel, it is fantastic, dude. Okay? He's an actual lawyer, so he tells you, you know, like legal exposure and things like that in these ridiculous cases. So go check him out. I'm going to react to his video, though, because he compiled some incredible stuff here. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. I appreciate you guys doing that. And like this video.
It's worth dwelling on.
Los Angeles Deputy Mayor of Public Safety allegedly called in a bomb threat to City Hall? Like, what's going on here?
Flashback.
As LA Deputy Mayor for Public Safety,
You're not going to get...
Wait a minute. Are you saying that he's black? Yes, he's black. Whoa. Never could have seen that coming. Ooh, what's your implication, Jesse? That sounds racist. I'm not saying anything about like black people in general. I'm just saying like if you were going to guess the nationality of an LA, you know, politician who called in a fake bomb threat, you know, generally speaking, I'm like, all right, like this is not going to be a white Republican is my point. That was kind of my point, right? Not a whole lot of white people in these types of positions either. Deputy mayor, you know, in Los Angeles, not a very good chance of winning in that city, I don't think. Although maybe that's not true. Either way, I'm not being racist. I'm just saying, come on, you know, you already knew. You already knew.
Get on it.
Brian Williams is tasked with overseeing the LA Police and Fire Departments, the LA airports, and Port of LA Police.
It's interesting. You're a longtime resident of LA. You're an African American man.
Yeah.
Probably, you know.
Hey, she had to hesitate on that. She's all, you're an African American man? He's like, yes, I am a man. She's like, oh, thank God we didn't talk about your pronouns. So I wasn't 100% sure. He's like, I'm wearing a suit and a bow tie. She's like, oh, he's like, Yeah, in the black community, we don't necessarily play that stupid game unless we're like hyper woke weirdos, and I don't know. I don't know. I'm wearing a bow tie though. Definitely a man. Thank you for your bizarre behavior though.
If anyone has good reasons to be concerned about our approach to public safety, specifically LAPD, it would be black men in this city.
Every day I approach this job with an effort to not just save the lives of the black and brown and other folks who are in our community, but to literally change the way we do policing in our community and again across the nation.
It's so sad. Dude, can I be serious for a second? That sounds like a well-composed, intelligent person, right? That's a well-spoken, well-composed person. Why on earth, okay? Listen to that, dude.
In our community and again across the nation.
That's a dude who could like have a good political career. All you have to do is just be normal and don't get caught calling in bomb threats with your own cell phone, you know? Like, what are you doing? You're a smart person, or at least you present as a smart person. What the Let's continue.
Few moments later.
And this story shocking to so many council members, not yet wanting to comment as they try and understand why someone so powerful at City Hall, so close to Mayor Bass, Brian K. Williams, the deputy mayor of public safety, would do what's alleged, call in a bomb threat into the building where his own office is located.
A former deputy for...
I feel like also, as we're going to get to, that he called in with his own cell phone, people are going to be asking the obvious question. Because, like, here's the thing. This is like the dirty little secret about how everyone analyzes things if they are a human being that's not like the best of us. You know, like there's like this tiny little group that's like the best of us where they only look at this like, how could you possibly have done this? How could you have possibly done this? But if you got like a little bit of darkness underneath the surface, which is the majority of people, you're like, why would you have done this? But then also you're like, and how could you have been so stupid as to get caught doing this? You know, like either like for me, at least, it's like, okay, look, right. I don't think that you needed to do this at all. I think it was really dumb in the first place. And at the same time, I also will go a layer deeper. That's like, you didn't think to buy a burner for $50 and then call from the untraceable burner. Okay. You didn't think maybe, since it would destroy your entire life and your political career if you got caught, that maybe a good piece of tradecraft would be to walk to the bank, pull out untraceable cash, walk to the place you can buy burners, pay for it in cash, maybe wear a hat. So just in case they really wanted to get deep on investigating it, right? They would not have a video of your face doing it. Like, this is common sense, dude. You're calling in a bomb threat. They're going to investigate it, okay? Like, there's surveillance everywhere. You, sir, are a black person, okay? Where all you have to do is, I mean, you know, white, black, whatever, but I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of black people in LA is my point. Hat down, okay? Wear an outfit that you wouldn't normally wear. Go pay with cash. How on earth are they ever going to pin it to you? Wear sunglasses inside. What are you doing? Anyway, let's go ahead and continue this incredible story.
Deputy for LA Mayor Karen Bass has agreed to plead guilty to a charge he phoned in a fake bomb threat to City Hall.
So the deputy mayor of Los Angeles called in a fake bomb threat to his own office. And this idiot used his cell phone.
Hey, Nate, he's not an idiot, okay? He's a genius. He is a criminal genius who used his own cell phone to call in the bomb threat. Dude, the guy wears a suit with a bow tie really good. That I'm being totally serious. Now, unfortunately, in the next clip, he is no longer wearing a bow tie, and I have to say, it's not as good of a look for him. Let's continue, though. Speaking of things that are not good looks for him.
This is Brian Williams. He's a Democrat and the deputy mayor for public safety under LA Mayor Karen Bass. Now, Brian Williams served as the deputy mayor for public safety, being the liaison between the mayor's office and public safety departments. For instance, like the police department, fire department, and anything dealing with emergency management.
Hey, Karen Bass is having an amazing term. They're like, so what are the highlights of your term as mayor of Los Angeles, Karen Bass. She's like, well, I would say, listed in descending order, the entire city burning down was pretty good, especially given the fact that we were able to track down the reason we didn't have the resources to react properly, and that had to do with budget cuts that were on my watch. My own appointed fire chief, the first lesbian fire chief in the country, she flipped on me and threw me under the bus, and then I publicly fired her, basically just demonstrating that everything that I say about caring about, the LGBTQ community only applies as long as they fall in line and don't tell the truth about bad decisions that I made that led to the entire city turning into ash. You tell the truth about resourcing, no, you are going to allow me to throw you under the bus, or I'm going to fire you, okay? I don't care if you're a lesbian anymore. Okay, I stand for nothing. Then the second, again, in descending order, was when the city burned again, when, we had ICE raids where we were going after illegal criminals. Actually, in the case of the specific raid that they were going after, it was actually a racketeering ring of people who were juking the American taxpayers for like $80 million. It doesn't even really have to do with immigration. There was some illegal stuff having to do with it, obviously why ICE was involved. But then, my instructions to the police to not engage with the rioters made it turn into a riot, the images of which shocked the nation so much that the president called in the National Guard and the Marines because my police were not able to deal with the problem, which became the flashpoint for, a nationwide protest, so on, so forth, etc. But, definitely I look like I was in charge. So part 1 and part 2 were the city burning down, both directly connected to decisions I made. And then third, someone in my administration who I appointed to interact with the fire department, the police, and the community for things like that. Pretty important role, obviously. He got exposed having called in a bomb threat to our building. Okay? Karen Bass is a winner, you guys. She runs a tight ship. She makes decisions that lead to tremendously great outcomes, and I don't want to hear anyone ragging on Karen Bass ever again because she's amazing, okay?
Now, the deputy mayor believed that police were inherently racist against black people. Here he is talking about it in an interview in 2023.
It's interesting. You're a longtime resident of LA. You're an African-American man.
Yeah.
Probably, if anyone has good reasons to be concerned about our approach to public safety, specifically LAPD, it would be black men in this city. Do you think that changes the way you approach the job?
It's more personal than that for me. I have 2 sons, Brenton and Braxton, whom I'm extremely proud of. I wake up every day and I want them to be able to go about their daily lives in a safe manner. I don't want them to be stopped by the police and not survive. Every day.
Oh my God, dude. Okay. Not to get all serious in a video about a clearly not very serious person. Like, I have too good of an idea not to share it right now. Okay, here it is. Buckle up, everyone. Let's just all agree that black, white, Mexican, Chinese, Indian, whatever, that when police pull us over, we just do what they ask. And then we just see what happens, all right? Like, let's just see what happens. And let's also stop telling the community that if you are black, there is a high probability you're going to get killed by police, Because, listen, I'm not a genius like this guy, but I do understand people kind of. And it's one of those things where, like, if you convince a bunch of people that this group of people who are so easily identifiable because they wear, uniforms, that they're an evil group that kills people that look like you for no reason, it makes people less likely to adhere to instructions that they're given. It makes them more likely to run away because they're terrified. It makes them more likely to grab a taser off of their belt and shoot it at them. It makes them more likely to do all of the things that could, lead to someone getting shot. So while you are doing this thing you're doing, you're actually increasing the likelihood that the people in the community that you are espousing that you care about are going to end up being shot, and it's going to be your fault. Okay? It's going to be your fault. So just stop doing that. Tell them to follow instructions, and that will give everyone the best opportunity to demonstrate that we're all good people. Do I think there are 0 racist cops in the world? No, I don't. Okay? I don't think that. But this is not helpful. Okay? But you know what would be helpful? Fake bomb threat. Listen, if all else fails, fake bomb threat. Be like, I'm a racist police officer. I'm not going to tell you who. And because of this epidemic of blacks doing things I don't like, I am going to blow up the building. So this is on you. You know what I mean?
I approached this job with an effort to not just save the lives of the black and brown and other folks who are in our community, but to literally change the way we do policing in our community and again across the nation.
Now let's fast forward to October 3rd, 2024, where the deputy mayor announced that he had received a threatening phone call on his city-issued phone. He claims the caller was enraged over LA's support of Israel, explicitly stating that there was a bomb planted at City Hall timed closely with the Jewish holiday. Now,
wait a minute. LA was supporting Israel? The city of LA was supportive of Israel's campaign in Gaza or something? I'm confused. Why would a city government be supportive or unsupportive of a foreign nation in the Middle East? That's weird. I'm just saying that's weird. Maybe there's something I don't know about this, but that's weird.
because of that, the building was evacuated, panic ensued, and the LAPD did a massive search of the building. But they found no bomb and found no suspects.
He began texting the mayor and other senior city officials, saying in the message, "Bomb threat." The male caller stated that he was tired of the city's support of Israel, and he has decided to place a bomb in City Hall. It might be in the rotunda. There was a brief evacuation. Police quickly deemed the message a hoax.
So now, don't forget, he doesn't trust the LAPD.
Dude, I'm telling you what, though, this guy can wear a suit. That's a great look, too. This is just a shame, man. It's just a shame. But yeah, doesn't trust the LAPD. And clearly underestimated their ability to investigate. Although I think if I remember correctly, he called in the FBI. Genius.
PD. So the FBI got involved to try to figure out who is making this call to City Hall, calling in a fake bomb threat. That was obviously a fake. Now with all that...
Okay, anyway, I don't want to take up his entire video, so spoiler alert, guys. It was him, and he called from his own cell phone. And also, has now pleaded guilty. So I don't know what you do now. And I kind of actually, as of this moment, I'm kind of starting to feel like guilty doing this because I really do genuinely feel bad for this guy because he had the world by the balls and he made such an absolutely idiotic decision that it's kind of hard to wrap your brain around. And now his career's over. Like, what do you do now? Like, what do you do? Are you that, even if you go into the private sector, they're like, aren't you the guy that called in the fake bomb threat? It's like, yes. Like having been a person who has gone through, going from I have the world by the balls, in my career to, I've lost everything. And not only have I lost everything, but like, because I was doing this thing over here, I have no transferable skills. Wait, my wife's 5 months pregnant. I have 2 kids. My wife's never worked before. What the fuck am I going to do? Like I've gone through that, I've gone through that. It is the worst thing on earth. He probably has it a lot worse than I did now, even. Like, what an idiot, man. Let's look at the other story now. All right, so let's take a look at this story about the New York City mayoral candidate, Brad Lander, getting arrested by ICE.
Keep going. Back up. Sorry, back up. I'm going to make this difficult. Sorry. Back up. Just back up. Let's not cause any problems. I will let go when you show me the judicial warrant. Where is it? Sir, where is the warrant?
He said, I will let go when you show me the judicial warrant. Like I said, I didn't say it, but we'll read the story right after this.
I would like to see the warrant. I would like to see the warrant, and then I will let go. I would like to see the warrant, and then I will let go.
Oh my God.
Let's go. You don't have the authority to arrest U.S. citizens. Sir.
He said you don't have the authority to arrest U.S. citizens. I'm not really sure if that's true. But you definitely cannot grab a hold of law enforcement, regardless of what their jurisdiction is, and refuse to let go either.
You don't have the authority to arrest U.S. citizens. You don't have the, I'm not obstructing, I'm standing right here in the hallway. I asked to see the judicial warrant. By asking for a judicial warrant, you don't have the authority to arrest U.S. citizens asking for a judicial warrant.
You said I will let go. I won't let go unless. I won't let go unless. Like, I mean, I don't know. You don't see the beginning in the video, but like, I will let go when you, dude, you're being given instructions by law enforcement and you are openly, verbally refusing to follow instructions. This is exactly what I'm talking about, dude. These cops are killing all the blacks. And you're like, I mean, you know, it's unfortunate when people get killed by anyone, by other blacks or by police, for sure. It's very, very tragic. But if you follow instructions, your likelihood of being killed by police is extraordinarily low. Okay? Just follow instructions. And don't, if the cops say, let go, sir, fucking let go, dude. You know? Like, I realize you're a mayoral candidate, so, like, rules are a little different than for you. Like, you're probably not going to get your ass kicked as bad as a suspect would. But, like, if you're on the street, like, I'm telling you right now, if this was a suspect, and I don't care how it started, if he's holding on to a cop and they are, let go, sir, let go, sir. He says, I'll let go when you, I don't care what the rest of the sentence is, okay? You are challenging the police, like, or you're challenging law enforcement. If they whip your fucking ass, I'm fine with that, dude. Okay? I don't care. They gave you an instruction. Follow their instructions. Now, I'll tell you, I do not like at all, I really don't like when I see videos of police being rough with people who are not resisting, okay? Like, if, you know, they spit in a cop's face or something, whatever. But, like, if they are not resisting and you could see they're like, I'm not resisting, and they are just there and the cops are, like, you know, kind of roughly, you know, smashing their head in the pavement, that shit pisses me off. I don't like that shit at all. There's no reason for that, you know? Now, also, if you've run your mouth to the cop, like, I'm talking of people have been respectful, they've been calm, they've been talking. Like, I've seen videos where cops have, like, flipped guys that are infuriating, like where they didn't realize they were being filmed. There's one that's horrible during a traffic stop. I mean, I can't show it on YouTube anyway. I'm telling you though, that one, I don't know if you guys see it. It's like a hippie kind of guy and they're like kind of in the woods. It kind of looks like, and this guy's like, whatever. And this cop literally flips this guy and slams him so hard into the pavement. If I ever saw that cop, like if we were just alone somewhere and they were like, hey, there's that cop from that video and he was out of uniform, I'd fuck that guy up, dude. I'm telling you that right now. That particular cop, off duty, and I knew for 100% sure that it was him, I would break that guy's fucking jaw. Now, it sounds ridiculous since you guys haven't seen the video. You don't know what I'm talking about, but it was infuriating. So I'm not saying it never happens. But what I'm saying is the second that you are talking shit to a police officer, dude, they're going to, you know, they might be rough with you. But if a guy is, you know, doing what they ask, don't rough him up.
We go too. Sorry. No way. I'm safe. And where are you taking him? No.
All right, whatever. So that's the end. Okay, so here's what happened. New York City Comptroller and mayoral candidate Brad Lander was arrested by ICE at an immigration court Tuesday. He is a progressive who advocates for police reform, affordable housing, better management. He was arrested, charged with assaulting an ICE officer. There you go. There you go. Mayoral candidate assaults a police officer. Nice. The reports were that he will be charged with assaulting it. Okay, so he assaulted to an incident accusing Lander of assaulting a federal agent and impending an investigation. New York City Comptroller Brad Lander was arrested for assaulting law enforcement and impeding a federal officer. Our heroic ICE law enforcement officers face a 413% increase in assaults against them. It is wrong that politicians seeking higher office undermine law enforcement safety to get a viral moment. No one is above the law, and if you lay a hand on law enforcement, you will face consequences. Good. Okay, so while escorting a defendant out of immigration court at 26 Federal Plaza, Brad Lander was taken by masked agents and detained by ICE. This is still developing. Wait, so... Okay, so how did it start, though, dude? It's Brad's wife while escorting a defendant out. So let me see if there's... Okay, no, it's already started. She said officials repeatedly asked for a judicial warrant on the grounds for his arrest. but the agents, many of whom were masked, refused to provide answers or identify the agency. Let's see. They are kidnapping our neighbors off the streets, he said. Sometimes all we have is the power to be present. He called on Mayor Adams to denounce the arrest. Just imagine what they do to people who are less well known. Another official said, why? You assaulted the guy. This is what I was saying before I heard them say what he was charged with. I'm like, you're assaulting him. Let go. Like, they're asking you to let go. You're refusing to let go. And listen to this. He was Democratic frontrunner Zorhan Mamdani also spoke at the rally. New York City Comptroller Brad Lander was just arrested by Trump's ICE agents because he asked to see a judicial warrant. This is fascism, and all New Yorkers must speak in one voice. Release him now. Shut up, guy. What Brad did was engage. Oh my God. What Brad did was engage in that very moment of courage. He showed us what leadership can look like, and for that, he was arrested. New York Governor Kathy Hochul called the incident bullshit, joining the growing list of elected officials demanding Brad Lander's immediate release. Former governor and mayoral candidate Andrew Cuomo is expected to address the issue in a press conference later today. Hey, this is the hill to die on, guys. This is the hill to die on. Lander had reportedly been accompanying immigrants outside to observe hearings and help shield individuals marked for potential deportation from ICE detention. What are you doing? You can't do that, dude. Help shield individuals marked for potential deportation from ICE detention? What are you doing? A video on X shows Lander walking alongside a man whose immigration case had just been dismissed, attempting to escort him out of court to avoid ICE detention. Agents still arrested the man outside. Well, if the case had just been dismissed, then why was he arrested? It's still unclear why he was arrested. No, it's not. It's because he wouldn't let go. They demanded he let go. He wouldn't let go. That's assault. He's assaulting the ICE officer. Anyway, this is ridiculous. I love you guys. That's enough for today. Bye-bye.